Your Bitcoin and Litecoin daily update. What now? Is Bitcoin in trouble? What's up, guys? Crypto Savvy here. I hope everybody's having a fabulous Wednesday, even though the charts aren't the prettiest thing. We're going to take a look at them. We're going to start out with Litecoin, then we're going to move on to Bitcoin, then we're going to take a look at my favorite chart comparison, the Bitcoin daily versus the gold weekly. And I still believe we are headed to our 46,000 by the end of the year, and I'll show you how at the end of the video, so definitely stick around to check that out. Also, just a reminder, we have a free Discord group. Awesome community, guys. If you guys love crypto, you'll love the community. There's a link to it in the description below the video. Definitely check it out. There's also some affiliate links down there that help the channel out tremendously. So if you can use them, that's awesome. If not, that's okay too. And let's get on with the video and see what's going on with the charts. Alright guys, as always, I want to start out by saying I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. This is my opinion and my view of the market only. Anybody that's doing any trading or investing in this market, I suggest you do your own due diligence and your own research, as this market is extremely volatile and risky. Also, keep in mind it's still a speculative market. Do not put in more than you're willing to lose. And with that being said, if you're new here, you haven't already, definitely hit the subscribe button. That'll get you subscribed to the channel. If you tick the notification bell, that'll get you notified when I post new videos so you don't miss out on anything, as I do post videos every day. And I do live streams a couple times a week, so it'll notify you when I do them. So, all right, let's look at the charts. Looking at Litecoin on the daily. We've been watching this as a cup and a handle forming. I still believe it is possibly a handle forming here. And if that does break, the neckline is going to be around this 146 area. And if we continue back up to that, my target is the 270 range, right in this area here. So definitely still a possibility, guys. I know everybody's freaking out, getting super bearish. We will take a look at the bearish case scenario as usual. Also, I'm looking at this blue trend line right here, drawn off of these touches over here on the support. Going up, I am looking for this to hold. If not, we'll take a look at it in the 4 hour and take a look at key areas we need to watch. But in the daily, we were watching this rising channel since November, came into the falling channel, and then we were watching this falling broadening wedge here. And that seems to be, we may be able to move this up sort of like this, guys. Let's do that for now. But we have gotten resistance again at the top. Question is, do we drop all the way back down to the bottom of this trend line? That's the bearish case scenario, and we'll take a look at that in the charts. Let's go over to the 4 hour real quick. I'm going to try to make this video as quick as possible, guys. So as of right now, see what's going on in the against the price action here. If you look, we're getting, it's right about even right here. Like I said, I'm looking for this. If it goes lower than this 82.44, I'm looking at the bearish case, the 76, 78 range. But that would be a drop down in the RSI to test the bottom of this channel. We could pop up from here. We have to keep an eye on it. I'm going to look at one more thing in the daily, guys. And as you can see, we dropped below the 200 EMA. That's going to be resistance if we try to get back up there, so we'll have to keep an eye on that. Let's go back into the 4 hour. We're going to take a look at the bearish case and the bullish case scenario here. So if we break down past this 82.44 range, which would get us to the bottom of this blue line, which then this blue line would become resistance. So we're right about there now. By the time I get this video released, we'll probably have a better idea of what happened here. So my next line of support there, guys, is around the $76 range, which would be a double bottom. If that does break, then we're looking at the bearish, the really bearish case scenario, which is going to be around the $66 range if this breaks. And I'll show you. Let me show you in the I'll pull out the Fibonacci real quick, and we'll do a Fibonacci retracement of this whole move from the beginning of the year to up here. That'd be right in the golden pocket area, which would be in between the 0.618 and 0.65. right in that area. That's going to be around the $66 range. That is the bearish case scenario. Now the bullish case scenario is if this line holds here, this blue line, if we hold there and this ends up making sort of a ascending triangle, the measured moves off of that is, first one would be the width of the ascending triangle at the widest point and bring it up to where we would break out. That gets us up to about the 137 range. And the next measured move would be looking at this as a falling wedge, and we would take this to the point where we break out, which would be somewhere around this area, around the $94 range. Again, if we stay above the blue trend line here. So let's see where that would take us. That would be around the, whoa, not there, sorry, that would be where we break out over here. So actually I'm going to bring this down now, and that would be around the $165 range. So the area to watch, like I said, is around this 82.44, which we are hovering around right now. And I think watching gold today is going to be gold and the traditional markets is going to be a huge factor in what happens today. So like I said, keep an eye on this blue trend line, which is around 82.44, right where we sit, and it goes up higher as we continue along. So, you know, in the next 4 hours, it'll be a little bit higher, 82.60, so on and so forth, climbing up. So, but if that does break, I'm looking for support at the 76.78. That's where we're at with Litecoin. Let's look at Bitcoin. And again, I'm going to zoom through. Now, Bitcoin on the macro, guys, still looks good. We are still in this bull flag formation right here. And as you can see, the volume right here is still declining. And that's a good sign in a formation. I do think this eventually is going to break up. And the measured moves of that have not changed much. The longer it takes to break out of these, the more these will move down. But right now, the measured move of this as a falling channel would, we break out in this range, which would be around the 11,900 range. If we break out there, that would get us up to the 1,600. The next measured move would be measuring this as a flagpole, bottom of the flagpole, top of the flagpole, to the bull flag where we'd break out. That would get us up to the 18,400 range. And the next measured move would be measuring this whole area as the flagpole. It's a little bit easier to see in a weekly, but I'm going to try to get through this a little bit quicker today because I'm running late. That gets us up to the $21,000 range. So that's where, you know, I do believe we're still in the bullish case scenario here. And if you take a look, the 55 EMA is what is supporting us right now in the daily chart. I do have the bearish case scenario in here, guys, and that's around the $9,700 range. We'll take a closer look at it. First, I want to look at the RSI. If you've been watching the channel, you know I've been watching this pattern here as, you know, 3 inverse head and shoulders looking to form. Now, if we hold here today, this could still be in play. We have all day for this to come back up and then, you know, continue up from there. So this is definitely very critical times in Bitcoin. Let's look at the 4-hour chart. 4-hour chart, we had this channel drawn in here and we broke down out of it. We also had the channel up here. The thing I wanted to do, I believe this should have been moved up and kind of discount these wicks here. And if we take a measured move out of that, from where we broke down, we could be looking at the right around the 10,050 range. So I'm going to put a target in there. That's if we continue down from here, guys. But the RSI does look pretty oversold, so I'm expecting a bounce. But then again, like I said, we could come down to this 10,000 range. If that range breaks, you know, I'm looking at the $9,700 range. Let's go into the 4 hour. Oh, we are. Yeah, like I said, we're oversold here. Looking for a bounce. If we get a bounce and get rejected off of the bottom of this channel, you know, the more bearish case scenario is most likely to play out. But like I said, in the big picture, you guys have been watching, you know, I have a thick white trend line as the trend reversal line, and that is what gets us the support at the 9,700. If that's to break, then I have a lower target, which is, that is my ultimate lowest case scenario, is the 8,500 range. And do I think that will hit? I doubt it, but that would close the CME gaps that the gap boys say we have to, even though I do not believe we have to close those gaps or that gap. But anyway, yeah, let me get this out of here. Tried to clean up my charts and get rid of some of the lines and make everything a little more clear. But our measured moves, I do have another measured move at the 14.5, and that one is measuring this as a flagpole, and this being the bull flag, and that'd get us up to the 14.5. So if we can break back above this channel right here, if we can break back in it and come on up, then we break that. I do believe 14.5 is around our target. But again, we have to look at the bearish case scenario right now, and looking at 10,000 to be it. And that's not saying we can't move up from here, guys. We can definitely continue up from here. I do want to show you from this point here, from this bottom up to this, and we take it the same, closer. From here to here, we have hidden bullish divergence, which is lower lows in the RSI, higher lows in the price action. So we could continue our bounce up from here. It's just not looking like a strong bounce at the moment, so we might have a little bit more of a dip to go. But again, it does seem to be that this 55 EMA is holding for now, so definitely keep an eye on that. Now I want to go into the Bitcoin daily versus the gold weekly. The macro trend has not changed, in my opinion, guys. I'm still looking at 46,000 for my end of the year target, and I'll show you why in here in a minute. Take a good look at this whole formation here in Bitcoin. Down here we had two touches on this bottom support before breaking through this triangle formed by the trend lines from these two peaks down to where we capitulated from 6,000. We had two touches on the trend line before breaking through. I also have another trend line drawn from the top of the all-time high to the top of this move. Now keep a close eye on it. This blue trend line, old support in the bear market, and I have this white trend line, old support in the bear market. Keep an eye on this whole move and where we're at right now. I do believe this is still a powerful bull flag here. We'll take a look at gold. I'm going to click back and forth so you can see the resemblance, the similarities in the charts. I do believe the pattern is still going to play out, guys. I'm not going to veer off from that like 90% of YouTubers. When we have a dip like we've been having the last couple days, they switch up and go super bearish and start calling for $6,000 and $4,000. I still believe we're safe here, guys, in the big picture. Yeah, so if you look at how gold straddled this white trend line right here, basically what we're doing here, I did think that trend line was going to hold. Obviously it didn't, but I do believe we'll eventually get back above and break through our bull flag here. I'm going to stretch this out a little bit. But yeah, I still believe we're in good shape, guys. Obviously, the worst case scenario would be back down to this $8,000 range, and I see why people are calling that. That's because that's where the 200 EMA is on the daily. But it's not, definitely not necessary, guys, to go down that low. Like I said, the 55 EMA could hold here, even though we're not getting a good bounce yet. We could still be getting a good bounce shortly. But in the big picture, like I said, This is what I'm looking at, 46,000 by the end of the year. Also, I wanted to talk about one more thing, and then we'll go into the RSI on Bitcoin in the big macro picture. But look at what gold's doing now. I believe I'd said yesterday in my live stream, if gold gets a open and close above this trend line here, and where it sits right now is about 1525, and this is the weekly, guys. Going to the daily, see how it looks in the daily. And as you can see, the daily is fighting with that trend line right now. I do believe if we get to open a daily candle, say this daily closes above it and tomorrow's open and closes above it, I believe that's going to be a sign of a recession setting in, guys, in the traditional markets. And that would mean smart money is moving their money to gold, and I believe it'll go into Bitcoin too. There has been, you know, confluence when Bitcoin goes up, gold goes up. You know, when it goes down, they're following each other. This is a extremely important area right now, guys. We can open and close a daily candle above the 1525. I do believe that is a sign that the recession is setting in, so keep an eye on that. And I'm going to go back over to Bitcoin. We're going to look at the weekly RSI, which we've been watching this whole chart since January. Been watching it play out, guys, and I have been pointing out the similarities between these two areas right here. Damn, you know, just look at the similarities. I mean, it's pretty obvious what's going on here, in my opinion. But definitely do your own due diligence. But I'm going to show you 2013 bull market followed by the bear market. 2 touches of resistance on this trend line before starting the next bull market. 2017 bull market followed by the bear market. 2 touches of resistance on this trend line before starting the bull market. Look at the monthly. The monthly RSI. This is 2013 bull market followed by the bear market. 4 lows in the RSI, marked by the arrows here, and after the 4th low started the bull market. 2017 bull market followed by the bear market. 4 arrows representing new lows in the RSI before starting the bull market. I do believe we're most likely going to see more of an arc like that. But there it is, guys. That is my update for the day. And if you enjoyed the video, definitely click the Crypto Savvy logo above my head. That'll get you subscribed to the channel. Tick the notification bell to get you notified when I post new videos. Smash the likes. Leave your comments. Let me know what you think. Thanks a lot for stopping by, and I will see you either tonight or tomorrow morning. Take it easy, guys.